In my life and work as a herbalist, one of the most common questions that I find myself having to answer is what exactly is herbalism? And so here I stand, although it's early December and there's a light snow falling, here I stand outside in nature answering that question because from my point of view, that's the most appropriate place to be in answering that question. When I think of herbalism, first and foremost what comes to mind is that herbalism is an aspect, an expression of the healing power of nature. And so here I am, and although we may normally associate the practice of herbalism more with those warmer months of the year when the plants are actively growing, nevertheless, in my life, I'm still actually out here harvesting those root medicines, and I will continue to do that until the ground freezes in the region where I live. This is still a time where I still am very much outside connecting to plants and connecting to nature as I do my work as an herbalist. Now, if you look in the literature out there and you were trying to answer that question, what exactly is herbalism, you're going to find many answers to that question. Some of them are misconceptions, and yet others are expressions of many different points of view, because one of the beautiful things about herbalism is that there are so many different expressions of it. Herbalism has evolved around the world as an expression of, in many cultures, of their relationship to the land where they live, to the plants, and to that healing process. There are so many different expressions of herbalism that come from different cultural traditions, and even in modern Western herbalism, which is the paradigm that I practice from within, there are many different subsystems of herbalism. So when I think of herbalism, first and foremost, I think of them as an expression of that healing power. Now, in my work, and in my work as a teacher, one of the most popular types of courses that I teach are field workshops, where I take people out into nature and they're able to see and interact with those living beings, those living plants, those medicinal herbs that we work with, and to see them in all the different stages of their life cycle, and to learn what they look like and where they live and how to harvest them and how they're used. And that to me is a very, very important aspect of the practice of herbalism, because for me, in bringing people out into nature to interact with the plants, I have an ulterior motive. First of all, it is in helping people to develop a deeper connection to, a deeper relationship with those plants, but even more importantly, to develop a deeper relationship with nature, because nature is where all healing comes from. And to me, what herbalism is all about is using herbs, which are this beautiful bridge. They are a conduit to which we can connect to the broader world that we live in. Because in many ways, when our life is out of balance, illness is just an expression of imbalance. Whether it's an imbalance in our physical being, in our body, whether it's an imbalance emotionally or in our relationship with our family or our society, our community, or with nature as a whole. One of the most important things to realize is that the healing process really is a process of coming back into balance. And herbs happen to be one of the most important tools that we have available to us. Part of their purpose within their lives is to form that bridge. Not only do they have these healing properties in and through their own expression, but also they are a bridge to that connection to nature as a whole that helps us to come back into connection with ourselves and with nature, which is such a critical part of the healing process. It's not just about what can I take for this symptom or what can I take for that symptom. What it's really about is coming back into balance and harmony in our lives and in how we interact with the world around us, coming into a more balanced relationship and deeper relationship with the world that we live in.